Ready! Set, hut, 8, read. Hut, go!
What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video in Madden 20, face of the franchise. And as you can see here, we're getting ready to play our first preseason game. We had a good week in training camp, and we're ready to head into the first preseason game against Seattle. So if you haven't seen the previous episodes, you notice there was a lot of audio glitches and everything like that. I got that all fixed. That's not going to be here from now on, so thankfully we got through that. But as you can see, we got a message from our head coach saying that we're going to be playing the first quarter of this first preseason game, so we better show them something in this first quarter if we want to try and get the starting job. So it looks like they're going to try and get our have us do the starting job early, so he's got some pretty good faith in us. And we also get a message from our old coach Jack Ford, who coached us at Texas Tech. Now we're into the big league, now we're in the NFL, so he's going to try and give us some advice. I went ahead and went with scrambling. I want to try and maybe maybe improve on my throw on the run at least, or something like that, to try and maybe get my throw on the run pretty good. We got to be playing well. We got to play well these 4 preseason games, because actually there is a chance to get cut in face of the franchise, which I love a lot. So some of the settings I did change in the game. We're going to do 15-minute quarters, but the clock rundown is really low, so I want to have like the full authentic NFL experience when it comes to gameplay. In our first game, we didn't mess with any of our equipment. We're going to do that in the second game, but I'm going to try and do all 4 preseason games in one episode. But as you can see, I get to choose some of my abilities here, and one of my favorite abilities is the Gambler Superstar X Factor ability. It's one of my favorites. Pretty much, if you get in the zone, you cannot throw an interception, but you can leave the zone by throwing 2 consecutive incompletions. So it's one of my favorites, and I enjoy it a lot, because you can actually make some risky throws and not have to worry about them getting picked off. So it's one of my favorite. But as you can see, we're an 80 overall right now. Going into our first preseason game. I'm going to condense some of the games down so there's not so we can get through all of them. Again, we're not playing a full game in any of these, actually, so that's kind of a thing to note. But anyways, we're going to be heading into our first preseason game against the Seattle Seahawks, so let's get on into it. So here we are on our preseason debut against the Seattle Seahawks. Our first play is going to be a run play. We're going to go with the run just to get the drive kind of started off. We're going to hand it off here to Royce Freeman and see what he can do on our first play. So we're going to hand off on our first play. He's going to get tackled for a loss to get this drive started. And it's going to be 2nd and 12, which means we're going to have to go with a pass play to get going, get the drive boosted a little bit. So we're gonna pass it a little bit deep downfield. Again, we only have 1 quarter to prove ourselves here. I'm gonna roll out a little bit, trying to find a man, trying to make something happen. There's nothing there, so I ended up just throwing the football away down to the right side of the field. Couldn't find anybody. I tried to make something and tried to buy some time, but it just wasn't there. So coming up is a big 3rd and 12. I don't want my first drive to end out with a 3 and out. So we're going to drop back to pass. I don't find much, but I find a running lane, and we're going to take off and get that first down. Look at us rolling, using our legs, scrambling around the pocket, and this is going to be our first down as a pro quarterback. All right, heading back later into the drive, 1st and 10. I'm going to find my man over the middle. He's going to get me a first down, but he fumbles the football. How can we do this? So he fumbles the football. Just hold on. Just hold on, dude. Like this, you got to hold on to the football. Oh, my gosh. So our first drive ends up being a turnover by our offense. and we're going to give the ball back to the Seattle Seahawks, unfortunately, here in our first drive. So you can see they're pumped up, but I'm a little bit disappointed. How can we give up a fumble on our first drive? That's not how we want to start the season. But anyways, going in, we only got one quarter, and we ended up ending this game with a W at least. Our backups and everything did end up finishing the game off pretty nicely for our football team. So we went in and got the W on preseason 1, but we didn't really get to do much in our first quarter, but we get the win 22-20 over Seattle. Heading over here, you can see kind of the stats of my first game. 6 of 9, 95 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So we didn't throw any touchdowns, so we didn't really do much. But anyways, we're going to go into our equipment now. I forgot to do this for our first game, and I'm going to actually have to change my height. And we're going to get some equipment going on here, make ourselves look good. I got to rock the Rydell Revolution. It's kind of like what I actually wore back in high school and stuff when I was actually in football. So I got the Revo 3 bar, rocking it. And then I was like, let's get ourselves a really nice visor. Get that dark visor. I like the dark visors where it kind of covers your eyes. It just seems a little intimidating to some of those defenses, I think. So we're going to rock with that. I'm going to keep some of the stuff that we do have. I did want to add some arm sleeves to my guy, just like some kind of like the short shirt or like the half shirt. The undershirt, which is what we're going to use here. We're going to go ahead and rock with the white undershirt. You can think it looks pretty good with the with a nice Bronco orange color there. And anyways, we're going to go over there, get myself another wristband on my other wrist, and I think we're going to definitely rock a hand warmer if it's cold, and then also we're going to get that towel on as well. And then for my shoes or cleats, we're gonna go with the Vapor Carbon. I like the looks of them. They look pretty good. So head into our second game against the San Francisco 49ers. We're actually getting an entire half in this game. Again, we're gonna do some condensed gameplay here, so there's not gonna be much because we're showing off 4 different games. But anyways, I'm gonna hand the football off. We're gonna get the first down here. As you can see, the 3-0 here. But look at this rumbling. This like Philip Lindsay. We got to get the ball to him a lot in this season. So later in that drive, we see that we're facing a 3rd and goal here on the 12-yard line. I'm going to go and throw over the slant to Emmanuel Sanders for the touchdown. It's going to be our first touchdown as a professional quarterback because we didn't get one in our first game. We're going to get one here in preseason week 2 as Emmanuel Sanders rams right into the end zone, helping us get an early lead. Later into the game, we're in the second quarter now, looking to get down into the end zone once more. It's 10-7. We got to get the lead. You can see I'm in the zone. I'm using that gambling ability. We're going to toss it right up into the end zone for the touchdown, and that is our second touchdown here in the game. Pretty good performance, I think, in week 2 of the preseason. Look at that. We just lobbed it up right up there. I don't know if it was a lob pass, but we just got it up there to Hamilton. He went and got it, and we get the touchdown to retake the lead. As you can see, coach is pretty happy with that performance there. And we are going to go ahead, and we are going to take the victory 23-20 over the San Francisco 49ers, getting our preseason record to 2-0. So we got an entire first half to ourselves. I think we played pretty darn good, and we're halfway through the preseason. So you can see that our head coach is pretty happy with us, and I'm going to say who played the best. I'm going to give myself maybe some extra XP. I'm actually kind of trying to be pretty honest with those answers as well. So we're going to go with that. And as you can see, we have our 3rd preseason game, which is going to be against the Los Angeles Rams. So big game coming up. If we can pull off the victory here, that would be absolutely incredible. But first, we have some upgrades here. I'm going to upgrade my improviser because I want to try and get a lot of my throw on the run, throw under pressure stuff in a good spot. So anyways, we got Coach Fangio. And he's going to give us 3 full quarters against the Rams, which is going to be big time for us to shine here, as it seems like we have the starting job at the moment, but we gotta finish off. So starting this game off, we're gonna throw an incompletion here on first down, and I didn't like that hit, as you can see. But anyways, this is a big game for me against the Los Angeles Rams. But you can see that the one person we're gonna have to look out for is Aaron Donald, of course. Well, I'm gonna get the ball off pretty quick here and get the first down. 21-yard reception, which is pretty big for us. Look at that replay, and that is actually our tight end, but just got a funny with the last name there. But anyways, later in that drive, we're going to be 2nd down and 8 to go, and I'm going to put my man in motion here. Let's see what we can do. We're going to drop back to pass. Roll out to the right. I see you in the end zone, and that is going to be a touchdown on this drive for us, and it's going to be looking good as we take the early lead against Los Angeles, just the way we wanted. Well, we have a lot of football left to play since we have 3 full quarters as the starting quarterback here. But as you can see, Hireman is another guy that we've been looking at as well. Next drive, or later into the game, here you can see we're in the 2nd quarter now. We're going to throw it out to our man for another touchdown. But just to keep the video down, you can see we're doing a lot more of just kind of the scoring plays more than anything. Once we get in the regular season, that will change. But here we are, 3rd and 10 on later in the game. We're going to throw it up, and our guy's going to get it. I believe that's Hamilton all the way down to the end zone for a huge touchdown for the Denver Broncos. And it couldn't get much better because look at that score. They were starting to catch up with us. We're staying right into this game. Here in the 3rd quarter, we're being competitive with the Los Angeles Rams starters. So that's pretty good signs that we're doing something right on offense. But Hamilton takes it to the house on a great pass, great catch, and then the speed to take it to the house. As you can see, Coach was like, yes, that's what I want to see. All right, later into the 3rd quarter, late 3rd quarter, 2nd and goal here to try and extend our lead even further. We're going to hit our running back out of the backfield for another touchdown. How many touchdowns passes we had? 3, I think. But as you can see in the end, LA is going to come back and win after we get out of the game. But we still performed very well, I think, in this game. Yes, we came out with an L, but I think we competed pretty well. Maybe if the starters would have stayed in, we may have gotten the win. But for the most part, I think Coach is pretty pleased of what he saw, even though we came out with a loss. But as you can see, 34-31, the Rams did come out on top here in the 3rd preseason game. But I think we've been performing pretty well. We've yet to throw an interception, which is really good. No interceptions. We're just throwing touchdowns, and we're moving the football pretty effectively with the offense. So as you can tell, I think our offense is looking pretty decent. If our defense can be pretty good, I think we have a good chance this season to make some pretty good things happen. But we're going to be in a tough division in the AFC West with Kansas City, with the Los Angeles Chargers, and more. But with that being said, as you can see, Coach Fangio is pretty happy with us. And then in the next week, he's only going to give us about a quarter against the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to keep it pretty simple against the Cardinals. And the way it looks, I think our coach is pretty confident with us becoming the starting quarterback of the Denver Broncos over Joe Flacco even, which is pretty awesome. This guy out of Texas Tech that literally only played 2 college games is getting a huge opportunity. So heading into this final game, you can see that Coach is ready to name us the starter, and he thinks we're the best chance to give the team the best chance to win. So that's awesome. So we're going to head into our 4th preseason game, hopefully with a bunch of confidence. And as you can see, I want to bring some Lombardis Lombardi trophies, you know, to my team. You know, I want to be that guy with a huge legacy. We got to make it happen. So we're going to go ahead and get through some upgrades here. As you can see, we're up to an 84 overall just after the preseason. We went from 80 to 84 just through the preseason. So our guy's looking pretty stacked when it comes to his abilities and ratings. So that's pretty good to see that we are continuously improving as a quarterback, and obviously I want to get those accuracy ratings up. So heading into our final preseason game against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not going to get too much playing time, so I got to find something here. This is late in the first quarter, and it's pretty much the only touchdown we had. So I just wanted to show that off. As you can see, we did end up coming out. And you can see we just kind of simulated the rest of the game. And the rest of the team played pretty well. As you can see, going into the third, we're up 13-7, 16-7, 16-14. Became a tight game towards the end, but we're going to score some more points, and we're going to end up 23-14. So we're going to end the preseason 3-1, which isn't too bad, actually. But you can see Joe Flacco, he's playing decent football, but you can see that we're playing just a little bit better with the quarterback rating and everything. So overall, our team played pretty good. I think it was a good preseason for us, and I think we're about ready to start the regular season in the next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed what we had. But going into that, you can see that our number one fan, Emily Atwood, we have a message from her, and we need to see exactly what she has to say. So anyways, I do like the scenario engine the way it is. I don't know how repetitive it's going to get later on, but we'll see. But you can see that she's excited to hear that we're starting, and she's got a big problem and needs our help. So since the national championship game, I've been bragging to the other kids of how I'm friends with you, and I may have exaggerated your talent a little bit when I told them you're the next Tom Brady. Well, I don't really want to be like Tom Brady. I want to be my own guy, in my opinion. I want to be a guy that's even better than Tom Brady. That's what we're going for. But anyways, we'll see what the next message is from her the following week. And we got another message here from our head coach. You made a few mistakes out there today. I don't think we played that bad, but okay. It just means we didn't hit our goal, I think, which is all right, whatever. Because I think we may have gotten sacked. I think one of the game day goals was to not get sacked. So with that being said, that is going to conclude the preseason and our rookie year, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and when we come back, we're going to play our first regular season game. But thanks. I'll catch you guys in the next one.